The Drew Henson, Tom Brady autograph line story. That blew me away. What a window into his psyche.
Yeah, and it was Jay Flannelly, who's Tom Brady's friend in college at Michigan. So this is sort of, as Nora Princiati, who works at The Ringer, talks about, she said, and was at the Globe at the time, she says this is sort of part of the Tom Brady story, right? That he is the seventh string quarterback when he starts at Michigan freshman year, and over the course of, he's a fifth year senior by the end, and over the course of that time, he becomes the starter. But then all of a sudden, just when he gets there, this kid Drew Henson that Tom Brady says is smarter, or is bigger, stronger, faster, more talented, all these things than he is, comes in, and the coach wants to go with Drew Henson instead of Tom at times. That's part of the Tom Brady story, according to Tom, to his family, to the people that played with him, is this guy. And the story that you're talking about is what he says is sort of the birth of the Tom Brady look of death. And he always feels like the guy who didn't get picked. And then that we sort of pair that with the drafting of Jimmy Garoppolo, his replacement, Tom saying, I'm playing till 45, and Bill saying, I'm looking at the data that says everybody falls off a cliff at a certain age and we need to prepare for the future. And then that leads to that going down 28-3. And then, in my opinion, one of, if not the greatest sports comebacks ever. And then it's at that point in time, when we're leaving episode 8, which is the one that aired last week, is when people start to talk about this idea of a change in Tom Brady's identity. This guy who was always willing to sort of, as Michael Holley says, a great journalist, be a punching bag for Bill, maybe not so much anymore. And that, I think, that change may be part of the beginning of the end of all of this.
Last question. Who did not go on camera with you that you wish had?
I don't know. I think we found the people that we needed to tell the complete story. And what I mean by that is, even when Bill wasn't able to, or wasn't willing to go into great detail about, what his feelings about why he, wanted to sideline Alex Guerrero, which is a big point of contention in episode 9. One of the things that I was really, really lucky to have are people like Ernie Adams, who I could go to and I could say, hey, Ernie, I don't want to make this the simple story. I don't want it to be clean cut and everything. I need you to tell me why the coaching staff wouldn't want to have somebody in there like Alex Guerrero. And what Ernie says on camera is, he says, look, all these players can go see anybody they want to in their own time, but you can't have somebody inside the building that's going against your strength and conditioning staff. And so to be able to get balance and nuance and complexity into the story, I feel like we were really, really lucky to have all the pieces there that we needed. But there's great stuff on the cutting room floor. I mean, I'll give you an example. I got Rex Ryan, and he's so interesting to talk to. But one of the best things that he talked about, I said, Rex, there's this great moment where Wes Welker does this press conference, and it's just after the foot fetish video comes out, and he like finds a way to work the word foot into every single thing that he says. He says, like, we're going to go out on the field and be good little foot soldiers, and he says all these things like this. And Rex admitted to me on camera, so I can say this, that when Wes Welker got married, he sent him a pair of rubber feet as a joke. And I was just sitting there just like, oh man, I know that this probably won't fit into the larger story that we're trying to tell about what it takes to get to greatness, but it was gold. So there's so much stuff on the cutting room floor that I wish I could have used, but it was just incredible.
Well, I mean, Matthew, Chris and I are available for like a podcast. Like, let's get this going.
Absolutely, we're locked.
We will
talk to Apple.
I'm calling Robert Kendrick. Condrick. I mean, we have to do this. Robert, if you're watching, we'll shoot it here. We could talk about this for days, for years. We could make this last longer than the Patriots run. We're available.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.